Right, got a bit of a weird game to show you today. One of my friends recommended it me and it was quite cheap, so I picked it up. Oh, I just need to close WhatsApp and stuff so people can't PM me while I'm streaming. Forgot about that and Telegram. Right, okay, so single player, continue, just check that looks alright on here. Yeah, that looks right. Hopefully the mic's a bit better. I've switched back to my proper studio style mic, even though the headset one's more convenient. Should mean that the fan noises don't get picked up by the headset. So, interesting news today, because we've obviously got a new Prime Minister in the UK and he's firing a load of Starmer's people and appointing his own people. That's kind of interesting. Alright, I've done all the clay I can do. Let's move the clay to my export area. Turn the music off in this game, don't want the music on. The settings, audio, I'll just turn the music off full stop because I don't really need any music on in this game. And I've got sandstone, so I might as well make some bags of sand. Yeah, good, and I can click through the YouTube thing. So hopefully you get some people on. Let me have a quick look at what the latest update is with all the Burnham stuff. So John Healey appointed Chancellor, so that is kind of good for the military, because he used to be the military guy that kept asking for more money for the military. So if he's Chancellor, that should mean that there's more military spending. So yeah, hopefully we get some people on, but obviously... Alright, Ibuki? I'm hoping so. Lots of people don't think so, but like I said, I'm going to wait till he does anything bad before criticising him, because I think that's fair. Because I think it's quite unfair if you start saying these people are doing a shit job before they even get a chance to do anything. So I'm hoping for better stuff. Andy said he already wants to do more social housing, which is good because of, you know, how expensive housing is here and how, you know, people my age can't afford housing, so that sounds good. But like we said, we're going to have to wait and see what he does. You know, I'm not super optimistic because he's Labour, but, you know, we'll see, because like I said, if he proves me wrong, that would be great. You know, I want, even if I wouldn't vote for Labour, I want the Labour Party to do well if they're in government. I don't want my country to be shit just for the sake of, oh, I didn't vote for them, so I want them to fail. You know, I want what's best for the country. So, yeah, just sell off the stuff I produced. And see if I can upgrade any tools yet. Right, so I've still got 63 stone. Okay. Sell off all that stone. Right, good. Stone blocks. Sell off those. Yeah, Gary's very sceptical. Like I said, Gary, I'm going to wait for Burnham to fuck up. Like I said, he might do. I hope he doesn't, but, you know, if he does, he does. But I'm going to wait till he does anything bad to criticise him. You know, I think that's just fair. Right, I wanted to see if I could upgrade any of my tools, didn't I? Factory ID, that's not that. I called my thing Starmer's back door because I'm making a massive hole. Upgrades, right, so I don't need to upgrade my factory yet. What's that do? Increase the number of contacts you can manage simultaneously, take on one work at the same time. I don't really want contacts, I just wanted the... equipment. So, can't get that one yet, I need level 4, increased digging damage, pickaxe. Can't get that one yet. Can't get this one yet. Can't get dynamite yet. Can't get a jackhammer yet. Right, can't get any upgrades, so we'll just carry on mining. Yeah, I was saying, at least he has fired some of Starmer's cronies, but that doesn't mean he's not going to replace them with people just as bad. But, you know, like you said, in a hope not hate person, that's a bad sign, isn't it? But like I said, I just think I'll be fair, you know. Like I said, even if I'm not a Labour voter, I'd want the government to do well, because obviously we're all the ones that are going to fucking suffer if they don't, but, you know, we'll wait and see. Which one have I picked up? Ah, good, the antiques. That's what I want. Sal Max, yeah. And is that just all scrap in there now? Or is this an antique? Yeah, it's all scrap, isn't it? Right, take the scrap to the scrapyard. Yeah, like I said, I think that's what most people should do. You know, criticise him when he does bad stuff wrong. Say, fair enough, you did something good if you do it right, and then, you know, we'll wait and see what it's like. Like I said, I'm skeptical as well, but you know, we'll wait. For me, I want to wait and see. But you know, like I said, it's just going to be a case of waiting. If I notice any news announcements while I'm streaming of different people he's appointed, I'll read them out on the stream. But like I said, at the moment, John Healey's become Chancellor, so that was a guy who wanted more funding for the army, which I think is a needed thing. So maybe he'll allocate money, but we'll have to wait and see. So this game, it's a bit like the game about digging a hole, if anyone's ever played that, but it's more of a proper management game, rather than it being just one of, you know, you dig one hole and then it's the end of the game. So I've been digging this big hole here, looking for ore. Right, let's not break my legs as I jump down there. I wonder if you can build ladders to get out of here, rather than just standing on electrical pipes. I do have a thing I need to remember to use it that lets you, which button is it? 5, that lets you see how close you are to ores, a bit like a metal detector. Yeah, although Miliband's probably going to get a job, sadly. Because, like I said, I don't like Red Ed. Has she been made head of NHS? Angela Rayner. Let's get out the pit and put this stuff back in the truck. And I'm very glad Spain won the World Cup, as opposed to Argentina. I mean, I'd rather England have won, obviously, but I'd much rather Spain win over Argentina. So I haven't done much today. I had to help my dad where we were throwing out some old stuff. We had some really old dirty carpet, so I had to help him cut that up with a knife to put in the bin before the bins go out. But that's been about all I've done today, other than some other little jobs around the house. Like I said, I got this a bit earlier because it was on Steam sale, and I had some money in my Steam account from selling those trading cards I have no interest in. So I picked this up to see what this is like. And like I said, I quite like mundane games like this. I either like decent first-person shooters and sometimes mundane games like this, where you just do a pointless task or listening to podcasts, and then, oh, there's some clay down there. And then, you know, upgrade your factory or whatever. I find them very therapeutic. It suits my autism. Yeah, I wonder if there's a way you can buy, like, just a pallet, belt. Oh, so you can make a mining lift. I just wondered if you could make, like, some sort of ladder thing. So that, yeah, that's just a lift. Right, I don't want to damage myself by hitting the electrical cables, because that unsurprisingly damages you if you dig through the electrical cables. Right, so was it, what's the tool? 5 for detecting ore. Assume it's telling me, is it, that there's ore further down? Yeah, it's going to be down this way. Right, so let's just dig in a circle now around here, see if we can find some more ore. Oh, 1.5. Yeah. I wonder how long till I get to the proper bedrock. Ah, that must be the bedrock that I can't get lower down then. Yeah, so you can't get that through that regardless of what you're using. So that is like the lowest level of the thing. Yeah, this is very similar for people who played the game, a game about digging a hole, to that, but it's more of an actual game focused on like buying and then building a business where you hire people to dig holes. Because the game about digging a hole is a bit weird. It's like one of those ones where I won't do the plot twist in it, but there's a bit of a plot twist to why you're digging the hole. Right, something's over this way. Right, now I need to dig my way back out again and take this to the truck. To make that a bit more staircase-like. That's unbreakable rock. Okay, let's make that flatter. There we go. Can I jump high enough to get up that thing like that? No. Okay. I think you can place dirt back down if you need to, you know, make a ladder that way. I think your health just regens as long as you don't fall like too far or whatever in one go. So dig, 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 dig. Alright, let me update the thing, see if it says anybody else has got a job. Can't see anything about rain, so hopefully not. Where was that stuff I found beforehand? The coal or whatever it was. I'll get my tool thing out. Something directly underneath me there. Plate. Alright, Rajiv, I'm playing a game where you literally just dig holes to take minerals out the ground. That's basically it. So, a very, very bland game, but I quite like things like this just when I'm having a chat. I think this is kind of a rip-off of a game called A Game About Digging a Hole, but this has got much more of like an economy management thing to it, as opposed to your objective is just to dig the hole as far as you can dig it, and then there's like a story thing that happens when you get the hole really deep in that game. Luckily I'm not in Fred West's garden, so I haven't found any skeletons down here yet. Oh, sandstone. So at the moment we're just commenting on Andy Burnham's appointments as and when he makes them. But he's fired Rachel Reeves and David Lammy, which is a good start. It's old Mega Drive games, cool, yeah. Going to be a nearly full inventory again in a moment. There we go. Right, might as well make my way out of here now and take this back to the warehouse slash factory. Probably need to buy a new place to start digging up soon, because there's not much left in this place, I'd imagine, seeing as I'm pretty much at the bedrock. Just have a quick look with my scanner before I leave, if I jump back down. Oh, there's a stone. Right, where was that detector pinging off at? Oh, up here, is it? Oh, yeah. Right, might as well get out of the hole now and finish the day off. Take the stuff to be processed at the factory. That's just the edge of the pit, isn't it? Not, I was playing a bit of Far Cry 4. I still need to finish Far Cry 2. But I found a realism mod for Far Cry 4 I quite like. Where, you know, like 1 or 2 bullets to each enemy instantly kills them. Can't park there, mate. So that's made that a lot more fun, because the enemies aren't bullet spongy anymore. So, you know, basically any of the guns are viable, but I found like having a sniper rifle and an SMG is a good combination. Oh, so even though the bout's right next to that, it doesn't actually connect it properly. Right, let's put all the stone in there. Stone block. Put that on Infinity and start. 39 coal. Sandstone 58. Clay 109. So I've got 20 odd stone blocks due out. When that gets about half full, I'll move them. Although I can move stuff with a forklift, which I've managed to do that too in the corner. There we go. I found that if you just move stuff in little piles, it's not too bad. Oh, I might as well load all this stone in actually, while I'm doing this. So I've still got some stone blocks over there. Cool, right. Can I buy new properties? Yeah, let's have a look. Properties. So your active properties, I've got this place. Remaining resources. Oh, so yeah, I've got nearly everything out of this place. Yeah, a couple of live stone and stuff like that. It does show you what's left. Okay, does it tell you when you're looking at properties what you might get in them? So I can buy things now that aren't just people's houses. Okay, so what's expected in this one? That's very similar. That has cooler stuff in. I might buy that place. Oh, but I can't get that till I'm level 4. Right, I'll buy this place then. Or do I have to get rid of my current property before I can get the next one? I'll fully empty it then in the next day of the game. But you can work past where it says nighttime. Your guy just becomes slower and slower as the evening goes on if you don't let him sleep. So but I don't have any outgoing expenses at the moment in this game, which is good. I've just literally got, like, you know, a one-man operation. I haven't hired anyone. Right, cool. So that's all the stone done. What to process next? And I might as well do the 61 clay into clay blocks. Let me have a refresher of the Andy Burnham thing. I think it said a couple of the people have kept their jobs from Starmer's government, as in, you know, they just come back to the same job they had before. Yeah, like I said, I'm glad the Spanish won. Yeah. Again, then all of South America was laughing at Argentina, so, but again, like I said, they didn't play properly with the games. They were just fucking fouling non-stop and whatever else. So at least Spain won, because if Argentina won after the way they've been playing, that would have been a fucking disgrace. But yeah, like I said, at least the Spanish beat them. And again, Spain scored 3 goals, didn't they? But only 1 was allowed. Because again, I don't get all this offside shit and how that works in football. Like I said, I don't really watch football normally. Yeah. Maybe they weren't aware the aim of the game isn't to beat people up on the opposing team, it's actually to play football. Okay, 40 coal and let's do sandstone now. Quick save just in case another game somehow crashes. Actually, I might as well remove that other property ready, because there's not really much point going back there for a tiny bit of So I guess I now do that. I guess I do remove property. Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's still working fine, which is good. So yeah, anything I've taken over here is still fine. Right. So I think annoyingly, I can't get that because I'm level 3. I think I'll have to buy another garden one. Although, I might actually wait till the next day and see if I've got enough stuff to sell off for XP to be able to get that Creekside plot one, just because the resources there look better. Oh, I've got too much shit on there. That's all the sand. I just want as enough of this stuff ready as possible for the morning so I can just quickly... Alright. Hamner, have you been trying to say stuff and has YouTube been censoring it? But you alright? Today I've mostly been watching the political stuff in the UK. Oh no, I didn't want to take that out of there. I wanted to run the machine. So, crushed coal, max, start. So yeah, so we're looking at who Andy Burnham's been appointing and getting rid of and all that sort of stuff. Other than that, I cut up some old carpet we had in the shed that's rotten and useless to clear out some space in that and chuck that in the bin after chopping it into little bits. Although it was so rotten and old and like all that shit that it didn't even need me to get my... So I sharpened one of my knives up specifically to do it. And then most of it ripped apart by hand rather than a knife because of how, you know, horrible it had got, like soggy and all that sort of shit. So yeah, definitely no point keeping it. I don't know, if people are on and I'm not really in a rush to get off, I don't mind carrying on, but we're probably going to be playing a boring game like this. Because I quite like some boring games like this, where you just fucking manage shit and whatever. Right. So we've got all that shit ready to sell the next day. So let's tell the thing we're going to go to the next day. What's that ending? Yeah, again, I find these games really good for if I'm just listening to podcasts or stuff like this, because I don't have to think too much, and it's not like you're missing important story details. Right, okay, so let's sell off any of this stuff we can sell off. So, stock sale, I'm not bothering with contracts at the moment, because I don't like having a time delay on what I have to do. Okay, it's up, most of the stuff sold off. Yeah. And have I leveled up to level 4 yet? No, I'm still level 3. Right, we're going to have to buy, yeah, right. This is very similar to a game about digging a hole, if you've ever played that, except for there's more of a gameplay loop in this, rather than it just being like a silly little game about digging a hole. Right, so we're going to try and buy this property. Right, let's offer him 760. Oh, he sold it for 760. Great, okay. So yeah, this is very similar to a game about digging a hole, except for it's more of a thing, and I don't think it has like a twist in it about, you know, moles in it. I won't say more for people who haven't played a game about digging a hole. But right, so let's go to my new property, which is just again a little house garden one. It's not one of the proper like industrial sites yet. Honk honk, get out my way, I'm a truck driver. So this is a pretty similar lot to the previous one, it's just a garden. So, they've even got the same swimming pool as well. I'm just working out what the boundary is to start with, yep. At least I've got a bit of an upgraded spade now, so this is faster than it used to be doing these. So we're going to dig our hole and use the thing in a bit like a game about digging a hole, like a metal detectory thing to figure out when I'm close to stuff. Well, I think all the stuff here must be far enough under the surface that I need to dig deeper first. Right, okay. Ooh, scrap. Can sell that to the scrap merchant, which is more valuable normally scrap per like item than the normal stuff is. Right, that's that edge of the thing. So let's keep digging our hole. We'll get the scanner thing out in a minute. Anything around here? No. So let's just carry on making the thing go diagonal downwards like a staircase. Ooh, was that more scrap? Yep. Ooh, some coal. Right, let's go to the other end of the garden on this bit so I know where the next wall is. No digging here. Speaking about games like this, there's apparently one about cleaning your room simulator, which is apparently selling quite well, or has loads of pre-orders or whatever it is. And people were joking, it's like people would rather clean a virtual room than clean an actual room. Alright, Rich. Alright. Alright, good. We've reached the bottom of the thing here, so we've now got to the bottom of the thing. Yeah, there's loads of weird games like that, isn't there? Right. Things full. Right, we at least know our way out quite easily at the moment, because like I said, that's why I purposely dug the hole like this, so I could get in and out more easily than just digging directly down and then having to get out in a horrible way. Just extend that a bit. This game would not be for claustrophobic people, no. But at least you can make the hole bigger. It's not like one of those games where you're squeezing through, like, a fucking tiny little cave thing. Right, we've got one crate there. Oh, there's something. Some clay, eh? Yeah, you can't smash the bedrock. That's where, like, the boundary of the maps are. But you can smash, yeah, like, any of the ground things. Again, this guy must have superhuman strength if he can just shovel like this all day long and it doesn't bother him. It's only bothers him when it gets to 10 PM and he's like, oh, my energy's gone now. Look, some more clay. Right, and that's the far end of the thing here, isn't it? Yeah, that's where the back wall is of the excavation site. Full inventory again, so go take this coal to the surface, just widen that a bit. Right, make it so I can see the sky in more areas, so it's a bit less claustrophobic for anyone who's claustrophobic. But like I said, I'm going to be tearing through most of this garden anyway, because I want to get all the ores out of the ground. Ooh, more clay. Alright, we fill up again already. Didn't take long. Oh, sorry, you're saying you like the destruction in Donkey Kong Bonanza. Sorry, I missed that bit. But yeah, also Red Faction's a bit like this, isn't it? Where you can set off explosions and it, like, blows up bits of the ground. I'd like kind of one of these that turns into a bit of a Ted the Caver style horror game. That might be quite interesting. Where you come across some really fucked up weird underground chamber in the cave. With like hieroglyphics or something in it. Let me just refresh while I'm doing this if there's any upgrades to news on Miliband becomes Foreign Secretary. So we've got Red Ed as Foreign Secretary. Let's see how that goes then. At least I suppose he's not in charge of anything to do with net zero anymore. nearly got full inventory again. Yeah, there we go. Looks like we're going to get a load more chunks of rock there, yeah, limestone. Let's pick anything up down here. Again, I need to get some upgrades to this when I've leveled up a bit so it can pick stuff up from further away. But I think at the moment, that's, yeah, I'm not close enough to anything to set off the little metal detector. Right, this day's nearly over, so I might as well take everything up and put it back in the truck before starting the game again for the next day. See, I've made quite a big chunk out of this cave. Well, it's not even a cave, is it? It's somebody's garden. let's go take this all back to the warehouse. See, if I had a garden excavated like that, I'd definitely build a bunker in it. Once the all the land had been excavated, I'd be like, yep, nuclear bunker going down there now. Right, so drive all this back to here. There we go. You've seen what the gameplay loop's like in this, although I haven't got any employees or anything yet, but the gameplay loop is dig shit up, take it to your warehouse, either sell it as raw materials or process it into more valuable materials. And then, what have we got so far in here? Loads of clay. Right, so let's start doing the clay stuff in there. Clay. Do infinite. Load up all the clay first. Scrap can go back on here for selling to the scrap merchant. Let's do a quick save. Right, so it's going to be a lot of clay blocks to make. You can get 80 of those on a pallet though. So yeah, when that gets a bit more full, I'll take those off of the pallet and take them through there. Right, let's have a refresh. Who does it say is so yeah, John Healey is new Chancellor, Ed Miliband becomes Foreign Secretary, Shabana Mahmood has been reappointed as Home Secretary, with Louise Haig in a new Chancellor of the Duchy of Lancaster, member of the Cabinet. I think that's about it so far. Assume the shop's closed. Let me just go have a look. Or the junk place. I need to. So that's all the way over there. Recycling centre. There's still a man outside. Will he still process my thing? Hello, I have some scrap. Can I sell you my scrap? Oh no, it's okay. You can do that at the end of the day. I wonder if the pawn shop stays open at the end of the day or not. Let's go have a look. I don't have any antiques to sell at the moment, but if I do, I'm just interested in knowing if I can do that while my machine's busy doing its thing. Yeah, so I assume I can sell stuff to this guy even when it's the end of the day. So I might as well only ever do that at the end of the day then, while my stuff's being processed. Yeah, I've got a truck at the moment, so I don't need to worry about that. The sandstone I might just sell as it is, actually. Save me processing all that, even if I don't get as much for it. Do the same with the limestone, and then I'll process the coal afterwards. Oh, it takes up a load of room, the limestone. Fit 20 of those on the pallet, and I've got 28 to go, so I'll take all those off in a minute and then get the next lot ready. This game, Jay, is called, what was it called? Ore Factory Squad. It's a bit like a game about digging a hole, but it's more of an actual game. So I've called my businesses Starmer's Back Door, because it's a fucking gaping hole that I've made. But yeah, it's one of those games you'll like if you like boring management games. If you like games with lots of stuff going on, you wouldn't like this at all. I like games like this or listening to podcasts or whatever, just because I find they entertain my brain while I actually like listen to stuff to take in the information. Right, we'll advance to the next day anyway, while it's busy processing that coal. So end day. Right, let's start selling off any of the bits I've got here. Stock sell, clay blocks. Still got some clay blocks left over. I just literally said, what was it called? Ore Factory Squad. Yeah. It's very similar to a game about digging a hole. You'll see why again in a minute when I go back to my main place. Right. Anybody got any more offers for any of the bits I've got in stock? Clay blocks, no more buyers for clay blocks. Crushed coal, yeah, I can sell all that. Shoot, I want to sell it as a pack of 8 and then no, I've still got more than enough to sell the next day, that's fine. That's okay, right. So that other stuff can be sold the next day when people want more stock of stuff. Still level 3, so right, back to digging my massive hole. Out my way. It's a bit of a wimpy horn. Ooh. Luckily you can't screw your vehicle up and then have to pay repairs for it. Doesn't seem like that's a feature in the game. Right, okay, so we've got more digging to do. Right, it'd be quite good to bring this bit round in sort of a circle. So if I keep going this way now. Right, so if we dig to the back wall, then we loop round where I was digging before, we can get all of this bottom layer excavated pretty easily. Yeah, exactly. As long as you don't mind these sort of gameplay loops, these games are absolutely fine. If you're somebody that wants, like, constant action, you wouldn't like games like this. Yeah, like I said, it just depends on what you enjoy playing. It shouldn't be too long now till we break through to where I was before on this bottom area. That's that corner, isn't it, coming up? So we know where that is. There's that other back corner by the look of it coming up. I haven't seen any gold. I don't think this property has gold. I think the next tier up of one I can buy can contain copper. But this one I don't think does. I think like this one is just, yeah, like limestone and clay and stuff like that. Right, my inventory's full, so I need to go take that to the surface. Thought I'd already have broken through at this point by the place I was going before. I'll have a look when I come back down. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So yeah, we've now got a fully sort of circular excavated bottom chamber. Okay, so... oh, there's some more stuff there I can get, isn't there, when I come back down? Just dig around that a bit so I notice it when I come back down. Right. Is that all the clay around there, or is there more a little bit deeper in that section? anyway, now I'm back at this level. Let's just go around quick with this. See if there's anything on this level I can pick up with a metal detector. Because in theory, if you play properly using the metal detector, you don't have to excavate everything. But I kind of like with these sort of games just excavating absolutely everything. I think I can buy a jackhammer in a bit, which is a lot obviously more efficient than the spade when I level up enough and have the cash to do it. Oh, coal. Let's just dig out the rest of that just to check there was nothing else in that little area. I think that coal is all the bits that were in that little crevice. Oh, in this compared to a game about digging a hole, the terrain does seem more realistic. That if you dig, let me show you, if you dig a square around something or whatever, oh, there's some clay, it does seem to collapse the earth inwards, so you don't have to, like, dig out every individual square, if that makes sense. Let me show you what I mean. So if I now turn right in a second. Right, and let's say now we're going to do it to that height. I should be able to, like, just dig away and then the rock just deletes itself, if that makes sense, that you've dug out from the wall. You don't have to, like, dig out every little square of rock, if that makes sense. Because I'm pretty sure in a game about digging a hole, you'd end up getting floating bits of rock if you did this. Alright, choo-choo trains and stuff. We're playing the sort of game people either love or hate. I quite like games like this, but some people absolutely hate games like this. Right, can I get into... Yeah, I think it was called Ore Factory Co. or something like that. Or Ore Factory Squad. But it's a bit like a game about digging a hole where you have to dig up minerals and then sell them. So the gameplay loop is you get better tools and then can hire people. I think there's a co-op mode as well if you actually want to play this with friends to speed it up a bit. But like I said, I'm just playing a single player, testing it out. Okay, so now we're getting to this corner. I should in a minute be able to just dig out all the stuff in the middle. Oh, ow. Right, let's hopefully collapse some of this in a minute. Again, when you can buy dynamite, this probably speeds up the entire thing massively, but yeah, I assume some of that's already collapsed inwards when I've been doing this, but right, so I should be able to break that bit off in a minute. There's a little bit up there to break. I can get at that. Right, there shouldn't be much holding that up now. What's holding that up? It's a little bit. There we go. So yeah, it just disappears in this, unlike a game about digging a hole, where I think you have to literally delete every square of earth in that, a bit like Minecraft. But in this one, you can just Right, might as well go through this top layer in a similar way. Right, let's just dig to where the boundary is. Is that out here? Yeah. Dig, 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 dig. Ooh, some clay. Quite a lot of clay in this area. I think one of my friends is really into Space Engineers. I think it was the same one that recommended this to me, but I've never played Space Engineers, no. Oh, some more clay. Oh, something else as well, sandstone. Oh, and some clay up there as well. When I get empty my inventory again. Right, you can find those pretty easily when we come back down. Yeah, I like digging mechanics. Like I said, this is basically a game about digging a hole, but there's more of an actual gameplay thing to it other than just digging a hole. Because the game about digging a hole is literally like you dig to the core and then there's kind of like a twist ending. Whereas this, you know, has more of a mechanic thing to it of about, you know, hiring people and whatever else, and going to buying bigger properties when you know, finish doing, like, you know, the first property, you then buy a bigger one kind of thing. Be careful. Oh, yeah, not to keep injuring myself by dropping down a big hole I've made. At the end of the day, basically your guy just starts getting tired, so in theory there's nothing stopping you just non-stop digging, you know, with that timer on there. But when it gets to 10 PM, your guy starts to get tired, and then, like, he becomes, like, slower at digging, you know, the longer and longer you leave it. So, you know, because I haven't got any outgoing costs at the moment, if I wanted to end the day at any point, it doesn't actually matter. Look cold. The pickaxe is less efficient at digging and the shovel's less efficient at extracting, but to start with you don't even have a pickaxe, you have to buy that. But obviously, like I said, the pickaxe makes smashing up ores faster. Whereas the, see, like with the clay, that's only got 2 hit points, so my shovel isn't too bad on it. But things with more hit points, the shovel's pretty inefficient at breaking. Oh, my inventory's full again, okay. Unlike a game about digging a hole, it won't let you extract something if you've run out of room for it, so you can't waste the resources. Just do that so I can... Right, let's get back out of our hole and start the next day. I'll take this all back to the factory first. Is that... That was my... Yeah, there's my way out. Suppose I could dig a hole there as well, just to make it. Yeah, I don't think anybody's done one like this. You can electrocute yourself in this if you cut into electricity wires. Oh yeah, my guy's starting to, like, get too tired now. But yeah, so I like the ones with, like, weird horror elements as well in these games, you know, like where some of them start off completely normally, and then, like, weirder and weirder horror elements start coming into the game. Yeah, or Factory Squad, that's the name of the game. Right, so then, yeah, Yeah, it's all already set on coal, isn't it? How much more coal have I got going in? Or another 20 odd bags, right after empty my pallet in a second. There you get another 2 more on there. I do have a forklift, but I find it's just efficient enough to do it this way. Yeah, I could take some of the limestone. I guess I can chuck this in the crusher, why not? Alright, so still doing the coal at the moment. Still got a few more bags to do with that. Then I've got loads of limestone, loads of basically everything. That's it, finished doing the coal. Right, let's take this over here. What next? Let's just do the sandstone, which gets crushed into sand. Did I have any other sandbags over here? No, I've sold all those now, so that's going to be a fresh pile. Don't really need these here, do I? Sometimes I'm moving. Yeah, if you can't double stack stuff up, there's no point in having them, is there? You might as well start on the limestone. And I'll set the clay to process the next day while I'm out mining, so I don't have to wait for all that 99 clay to go through while I'm doing this. I can hold 150 limestone blocks, that's good. I don't have to worry about those running out of room. Anyway, let's end this day and sell stuff when the next day starts. End day. End day. Right, okay, so let's sell anything we can sell off. So, crushed coal, sell, sand, sell. I haven't got enough stone blocks or clay blocks to sell those off without adding more to a pile, because I think you have to have 5 minimum of any of the things. Let this finish, then I'll start the clay up before I head off with my truck again. What have I got in this one? Limestone, yeah, that only limestone. Alright, so the clay, that can just keep doing its thing while I'm out. How many clay fit on a pallet? 80. How many is it going to make? 42. What I'm going to do is just transfer those over here. Let's see if I can sell those off while before I head out. So, stock sale, clay blocks 10. Sell. Am I still the same level I was? I need level 4 for dynamite, level 7 for the jackhammer, Level 6 for the next backpack upgrade. So I don't think I can do any of these upgrades yet, no. What do the licenses do then? License 1 grants authorization to deploy basic warehouse robots capable of transporting pallets between machines and storage. Level 4, level 4, level 6. Don't need to expand my factory yet. I don't really do contracts in this because I like, yeah, I don't need any of those upgrades yet. Because like I was saying, I basically in this do the thing where, instead of getting a contract where you're timed to do the contract, I just like selling stuff off even if you don't make as much for it. Just like this, because then I don't have to worry about any time constraints on what I'm doing. Right, yeah, let's sell. There we go, so the clay block sold, and then the machine can keep working on the clay blocks while I'm out of the pit again. Actually, before I go, I think it shows me how much is left in the place I'm mining. So, properties, active properties, so surface layer, mid layer, so yeah, I've still got quite a lot of stuff to get there. Yeah, so yeah, still got loads of stuff to get from my current property. And I don't think that thing shows you about scrap or antiques, which you can also find while digging. Oh, electric pipe, don't want to break that. Is it electric cables? Quick save. It's the edge of the map, isn't it there? That's not, type of thing. Oh, but there's something. Right, my inventory is full, so let's go take this back. So, you know, if Stone's only got 1 HP, it's probably just as fast to do it with the shovel. Scrap. Found an old TV or something. Ooh, some more stuff here. Limestone. Very nice. Right, inventory full. Go take this back. Careful here because I'm near an electric pipe. Cables, whatever you want to call them. Full again. Oh, and there's some clay there. Quite a good little area, this bit. So where's the boundary for this bit here? Okay. Another electric cable, we need to be careful about that. Yeah, full inventory, so let's just dig our way out again. Oh, some even more rocks. It's going to be quite a profitable run on this today's day because I'm finding loads of rocks really quickly. Oh, an antique. That's like $100, I think, one of those or whatever. Nope, full inventory again. excavate along the electric cable carefully so I don't cut that. Sometimes you seem to get more rocks near the cables. I found, at least on the last map I did. Right, it's nearly finished extracting that pipe. Well, not extracting the pipe, but, you know, getting to where I know where the pipe is so I don't accidentally cut it when I'm doing digging around it. Want some more stones. That's the edge of the thing, isn't it? Yep, so that's that. What's that noise? There's something like a ball bouncing then. Oh, it was just that ball bouncing down the pit. I thought there was like some weird creepy stuff going on. I don't know, maybe this game does have weird creepy stuff the more you get into it, like a load of these games do. If I get this out, is there anything... Why is that not picking that up? Is it set to the wrong thing? Change target, detect all. Okay, that would have been helpful if it was actually set to detect all beforehand. Inventory full again. Bit scary down in these caves. Like I said, I always wonder with games like this though if there would be like a, because again quite a lot of them have done them, these sort of games where you then get random horror shit come into them for no reason, or it's like, oh, you get used to the gameplay loop and then they introduce just like some sort of random monster there. Oh, storage is full. Fuck's sake. Okay. I do need a slightly bigger truck. Hopefully nobody nicks that stuff while I'm gone. I don't know if that's a mechanic or not. I'm going to run off to the toilet in a minute, but I will carry on streaming this a bit longer because this is quite fun in like a weird way, games like this. Like I said, I find games like this quite good for when you're having a chat with people. You don't have to really think too hard about what you're doing. If people are messaging you, you know, you're not concentrating on the gameplay so much you can't look at messages. Yeah, all of my clay blocks are finished. Take those back here. There's a guy still wanting to buy clay blocks. Yep. Anybody buying limestone? Yep. Where's the pawn shop? I think it's, yeah, across here. Once I've been to the toilet, I'll manually refresh the chat just in case it's broken, because sometimes when I haven't seen a message in a while, I'm never sure if the chat's broken or if just nobody said anything in a while. Right, okay, right, back in just a second. I'll just leave it running so it carries on processing the blocks while I'm AFK. Right, I'm back. I'll just manually refresh the chat just in case anybody said anything and I've missed it. So, is that selected? Yeah. How do I, I'll just close it and reopen it. No, I think the last message was the one from Heavy Sandwich saying about the fire damp. Like I said, with these, you never know, because like I said, that's the problem with YouTube chat, it just sometimes breaks. And when it breaks, you don't know, like, well, you don't know if it's broken or not, if nobody said a message for a while. So there we go, pop that back down there, so that's set to always on top, yeah. I could maybe move that down a little bit more. There we go, then back to the game, yeah. I had some scrap to take to the scrap merchant, didn't I, as well? So I'll do that while it's processing the next thing when I load that up. Can't sell these till the next day in game anyway, but I can get them ready here for the next day. Right, so let's now do 86 limestone. Limestone blocks. Infinite, there we go, that'll make 42 limestone blocks, 45 limestone blocks. I've only got one bit of scrap, but whatever, I think that's like $50. I wonder if that gives you XP selling scrap. So I've got 120 XP to go for the next level. We'll see when I sell the scrap off. Probably Oddworld's Abe's Exodus is probably my favourite game ever. But I like Stronghold a lot, and Stronghold got a remaster. I also really like Time Splitters, but sadly that never got remastered. There's the fan thing, Time Splitters Rewinds, but that was never officially like re-released or whatever. No, you don't get XP for selling scrap. Okay. So that's good to know. Although it's worth doing for money, it doesn't actually give you any XP for doing it. I think it's like a couple of seconds for the machine to process a single block. So if you've got like 60 blocks, it would take 2 minutes, for example. One, 2, 3. Yeah, about 3 seconds. So Oddworld had New and Tasty as like a remake one of it. But with Abe's Exodus, they did it as Soulstorm, which is a bit different. So it's a shame they didn't kind of do that one like a New and Tasty style remake, where it was still like properly 2D. I need to really play through New and Tasty properly, because I have got it on Steam. Yeah, it's definitely better than it used to be, like you say, with the YouTube stuff, but I definitely agree with you. There's stuff like yeah, where messages, because of their, like, censorship, can be held, and, like, then nobody knows that the message is getting blocked. Because if you post the message and then it said this comment couldn't go through, I think that wouldn't annoy people as much, but because a lot of people think if they post the message, they think the message has come through, and, like, YouTube shadow ban the message. And then sometimes people start having a go at whoever's doing the live stream, like, why are you ignoring my comments? Sort of thing. Right, let's start. So, stone blocks. No, yeah, oh, it actually says it takes 3 seconds though. Transfer. Transfer, right. While it's doing that, I'm interested just to see if I can go get the last of that shit from that site before the day ends. Just so my thing is constantly, you know, like, working while I'm doing it. Right, has there been, no, I don't think there's any updates on people getting jobs from Andy Burnham. Oh, you can use bus stops, can you? Didn't realise that. Wait, where did I... There it is. Yeah, nice, that's still there. What was in this one? Did it say? Limestone, stone, sandstone. Where did I put the crate? Where'd the crate go? Where is the crate? Where did I put the crate? It's not like falling all the way to the bottom somehow, is it? Oh, my bag is full. Oh, I see, it's re-bagged it up. Ah, okay, that's alright then. Even though my guy's going to get tired while I'm here, I might as well still extract some of this stuff. Where was I? Down here somewhere. Yeah, even more electric cables down there. Oh, my bag is full again. Okay, let's get out of here then. Ooh, more scrap. Even more scrap. Oh, another antique, that's cool. Right. Let's get that once I've come out of this pit. Put that on there. Right, then I need to get... Where was it? Where was it? I had found those antiques in the other layer. Yeah, so an antique. Some scrap here. My guy's really slowing down now because it's night time, so yeah, that will do for now. Let's go back to the factory place. Yeah, but that's probably why he's not made Ed Miliband the fucking, what do you call it, like, environmental secretary again. Probably for that exact reason that, you know, he'd try and block it, but it maybe is in foreign person, he can't block it. That'd be my... Yeah, but I think maybe he has to put Miliband back in because, like, Miliband was loyal to him. But then I suppose if Miliband causes a fuss, he can then get away with firing him and say it's nothing personal or whatever. I don't know. Again, it's all fucking politics, isn't it? But, you know, that would be my guess, that sort of thing. But he's trying to do it in a way where you put Miliband in a position where he's not going to damage stuff to do with, like, the oil and gas, because he's no longer in charge of all the green shit. Because, again, Andy Burnham's saying he does want to re-industrialise a lot of stuff, which I actually think is good if he's honest about that. Because, again, that's part of the problem in the UK, is we don't have much manufacturing anymore. You can't have just everything be a service-based economy. You do need manufacturing and resource extraction, like, you know, have a good triad in your economy of stuff. Right, anyway, let's quick save that and let's end the day. And then I can start selling off all this stuff. Right, end day. Right, okay, so we want to stock sell all those clay blocks, limestone, sell all the ones on that pile, Oh, that person will still buy 12, so okay, sell that pile of 12. That's stone blocks, isn't it? I think those. Go to sell stock. Stone block. No, you've unlocked level 4, right, so I can now buy the outside place. I can smelt stuff. Oh, I got warehouse robots, that disappeared too quickly. Ore detector, increased distance. Again, I'll upgrade the shovel and detector first. Because they're like the most useful things for me short term. Right, let's transfer all these over here again. Let's load something else up while I'm out doing my job. So those other bits can just stay there for now. So we might as well do the sand. Right, okay. And let's buy the upgrades for the shovel. Digging damage. Yeah, definitely want that. And then it was pickaxe, I can't do yet. The ore detector, increased detection distance. Yeah, unlock. Okay, cool. Oh yeah, this has got good range on it now. Does that pick up the pipe? No, because that's... There's something right here, apparently. Oh yeah, it's that stone there. Now let's dig my way back out of this little hole I've made. Oh, I keep finding more stuff. Yeah, you can change it, but I've just set it to identify all, so I find, you know, it just tells you where anything is. Otherwise, if, you know, if you're, you could be near something valuable and you wouldn't know it's there. But yeah, I've got it set to detect every kind of metal. Or like ore or whatever, but you can set it, yeah, if you're just looking for something specific, to only tell you about a specific kind of thing. So yeah, if I get it back up, look, the detector, and I press R, you can tell it to just detect, say, limestone, but then obviously if I'll just have it on detect all, because that's more useful. It's something pretty much directly under here, apparently. Oh yeah, just a stone. Back out of this little bit of the pit in a moment. Put these back in the truck. So yeah, I assume you can only... so you can have 12 Oh, it's got a weight storage as well. Okay, that makes sense why it seems a bit uneven how much you can have in there. Because different materials obviously have different weights. Oh, that was close. Nearly hit that. Another bit of scrap. Let's just excavate around the pipe again so I don't accidentally knock into that. So I can see where it is. The edge of the garden again. And then, yeah, that links up to that other bit I'd been digging out before. Sure I didn't kill myself, just damaged myself. I don't know if the detector works in a radius when you're looking forward, or if the detector is simply like a straight line kind of thing. Now there's some clay. So that's... Ah yeah, so it doesn't have to be a direct line, but the closer you are to looking at it, the closer it will say the distances. Something right there apparently, very close to me. Yep, there we go. Stone. Inventory's full, so let's dig straight back up so I can find this area again easily. There's some clay as well. Some more rocks. Actually dug further down than I thought I had here. Probably because I was digging down at a diagonal when looking for whatever the last sort of thing was I was looking for. I think you can place a lantern. Do they cost money? Where were they, the lanterns? Yeah. Mine equipment. $10, but yeah, I might as well put that there, then I can find this area again a bit more easily. Oh, no, not that way. Just dig up like this. Right, 174 of 300 weight. So, where was that little light I placed? Okay. Get back out again and put this stuff in the truck. Oh, shit. Nope. I don't know if you can actually forge shield there, or like if a fall only ever like badly hurts you but not instantly kills you in this. I haven't tested it yet. Actually, that's a good point to do a quick save now. Actually, now I'm making a more dangerous hole I can fall down. Some more scrap. go, more sandstone. Start digging directly downwards again now, then I'll fall into my bottom chamber I excavated. Yeah, I'm hoping it's good. It's basically because Microsoft said to Bethesda, you haven't made a good Fallout game in years, isn't it? So the actual new Microsoft CEO seems to be more in touch with what actual players want, not what Bethesda thinks players want. So yeah, I'll be cautiously optimistic. Again, I won't pre-order it or anything. I'll wait till it comes out and see what it's like. My inventory full up again. Oh, quite a bit of sandstone here. Might as well excavate roughly where it is so I can find it more easily. Find the exit again from down here. I think I need to go this way, don't I? And then always keep taking a right to get out of the cave I built. Yeah, there we go. Alright, I'll get the last of that stuff I found there. Yeah, again, I don't really know much about it, but like I said, the problem's been for a while, hasn't it, that lots of AAA games have been essentially garbage. Actually, with 292 weight, I might as well leave now. So we've had the problem for a while that, like I said, people like us aren't interested in buying full price games and all that sort of shit. And these companies don't know what to do about it other than keep raising the price of games, doing more crappy DLC packs and stuff like that. Out my way, I'm a trucker. Because again, I end up buying more indie games like this than I have interest in AAA games, which is just a sad state of the industry, but... Oh yeah, because they're refined stone blocks, aren't they? Because it doesn't accept those. Right, stone blocks. We'll start on the next thing yet. Yeah, exactly. I hate the exclusivity thing. I wish you could just on any console buy any game. Not all you have to buy our console to play a certain series of game. Right, we don't want to transfer it, we just want to do stone blocks, don't we? Stone blocks, infinite amount. So that will be a couple of minutes for it to finish doing that. Right, let's take the scrap to, keep doing that, it's not tab, it's M, yeah. Over here for the scrap merchant. Yeah, like I said, it's just a case now of the industry, isn't it, that I don't think they really know what gamers want, and even when we tell them what we want to play and that, they just ignore you and go like, oh, but our big executive bodies say you want to play this stuff, even though you don't. Again, like, the amount of fun I've had replaying the Command & Conquer Remastered thing, and I've been playing a load of Far Cry 2 recently, also getting back into Far Cry 4 and playing it for the first time properly. Now I've got a mod for it where all the guns do really high damage. So, you know, it's more like you have to play it like Stalker, where you kind of sneak around and snipe people. And again, Ubisoft hasn't exactly made good stuff in recent years. I'm hoping the Far Cry 6 mod I've got, it's meant to be similar as well, will be good when I go back to try and replay Far Cry 6. But, like I said, Far Cry 2 is by far like the most mature of the Far Cry games. Ubisoft now would never be like, oh, we want to do a game about like warlords in Africa or a very bleak story. They'd be like, no, can't do that, that's not marketable. How long have I been streaming for tonight? I think OBS will tell me if I tab. Hang on. OBS says I have been streaming for, where's the timer on here? Oh, 2 hours, 2.5 hours so far. I'll probably stream another 30 minutes, but yeah. Like I said, this is one of those games that time goes quite fast if you're doing this while talking to people or whatever else. Any more stone blocks to do? 33. Let's have a look at what else I can buy at the computer. So, marketplace, not the marketplace, I suppose you can get 2 stone crushers, so you can simultaneously do 2 sorts of types of things at once to make the crushing faster. Might do that after my next thing. But, what was I looking at? Upgrades, yeah. Equipment. Dynamite. Dynamite. So I wonder how the dynamite thing works. You have to keep buying it, or is it like a time thing? We'll find it out. Yeah, let's unlock the robots so they can do that, however they work. So I now have to buy a robot now I've done the thing for the automated thing. Warehouse robot, yes. Add to car. Okay, then what was the thing? To get up the place the stuff you bought, there's a... Oh, yeah, I have to go there, don't I? Right, pallet drop zone to place one. So I need a pallet drop zone. I need to buy one of those as well. I got 1776 XP. That's very American of me. Marketplace. Pallet drop zone. Okay, so now how do I tell the robot to do stuff? I'll figure it out later on. But anyway, I have got an automated robot to at least do something now when I figure out how it works. Right, might as well do limestone while I'm here. And start the next day. It ended. Now let's sell off anything I've got stock of. To figure out, probably look after this stream for a tutorial online how you set the robot up properly. Now we'll sell off those sandstone blocks. Not that one I want. Stock sale. Limestone blocks, even not sandstone blocks. I might as well tell it to make clay while I'm out with my truck. There we go. Figure out about the dynamite in a minute as well. Dynamite. Oh, I see. You buy it as and when you use it, so... Yeah, well, I won't bother with too much of the dynamite straight away, because it costs me money to set the dynamite off, but there might be times... Oh, nearly hit the pipe then. There might be times where I make quite good use of it, but... dig away that way. inventory will be full in a moment again. There we go. Then let's get our way back out this pit. Is that another cable? Yeah. Okay, take this back to the truck. Pop that on there. Right, keep thinking it's controlled to crouch, not C. Yeah, there's some more stuff. Something should be through here soon, according to that. There it is. It's on the stone. Keep digging that out. Stone. Inventory's going to be full again now. The bag is full, yeah. Right, so let's make our way out of this little bit. Oops, I stopped colliding with things and I made that hole bigger. Yeah, there we go. Right, okay, so I was wondering if it's easier to go down to get out of this bit or go up. I'm not sure how deep I am at the moment. Yeah, probably easier to go down to get out. so we can get out of here again, then come back to the next lot. I mean, in theory, it might actually be easier sometimes to pack a box up where you are and then just drop that and then carry on mining the stuff you're mining, but oh well, it doesn't really matter. Right, let's find our way back down to where we were just then. More sandstone. Literally that, okay. Now I need to get out of this bit again. Oh, there's that lantern from last time. Or is that daylight? I'll find out in a moment. Oh no, yeah, it's that lantern. Okay. Where am I going from here? Alright. Yeah, nearly that. Still fit another box or two on that. Right. coal. So I use the pickaxe, it's a bit faster on the tougher rocks. Well, not much faster now because I've done enough spade upgrade. Right, now my bag's full, I'm going to do that thing that I said about dumping a box out here, then just carrying on mining down. And that should just fall into the bottom of the cave, and then I can go out to extract it in a minute. Yeah, there we go. So I'll go retrieve that in a moment. Right, okay, so to extend that wall a bit more to get out of this bit easier. Oh, hello. There's something else there as well. Stone. Oh, more stones. Right, okay, now let's get back out the pit. So I'm gonna run around till I find the bit I excavated as the exit area, which isn't this, but there's a bit more coal. Okay. Yeah, smash that stuff up. Full inventory again in a second. Right, yeah, I want to take this bag out and then go back for the other. So there's my other box. Right, so I want to use this and go around to the right. Oh, I was literally right by the entrance. You know, go get the other box and then that should be a good haul. Check actually how much storage I've still got on the truck. Yeah, like barely any, so there's no point. It is called Radio Him Operator. Did I say it was... Oh, Ore Factory Squad is the name of it. So it's a bit like a game about digging a hole, which is a weird game a bit like this. But in this one, you run more of an actual proper excavation business. So basically what I'm doing is... purchasing like the rights to dig on a property, digging down non-stop to get out of all the ore I can, and then once I've got the ore out, take it to the place to like refine some of it and whatever else, and then like that's the gameplay loop. So it's one of those like casual sort of monotonous games, whatever you'd like to call them. I don't know what the proper name is for monotonous games, but you know, ones where they're not particularly exciting games, but they scratch a certain itch if you've got them for sort of doing that sort of stuff. Again, I have to figure out how to set this robot up. Ah, unless I have to put the pallets on top of that area. Let's try that. So, let's buy some more pallets. Or can't I put pallets there? No, you can't. Okay, I don't know then. Yeah, I've played Stalker 2. There's a DLC coming out for it quite soon, isn't there? I don't know exactly when it comes out, but there's meant to be a DLC thing coming out for it. I don't know, because I don't know what it's called because I haven't got it. But like there, if you look, there is a DLC that's meant to be coming out for it. But like I said, I don't know the actual name of it because it's not out yet. I assume they've given it a name. I think the number 4 reactor is going to be in that DLC, like the actual NPP. Not the bit you can go to in Stalker 2, which is the unfinished NPP, like Reactor 5, but the proper Reactor 4. I think they said GSE. I'll do one more day in this and we'll call it an end of today's stream because I've been on quite a long time. Still got a load of stone blocks. Still got some left, that's not as bad as it was. Coal. I forgot a coal, never mind. And okay, right. What else have I got I can load up into the thing? Limestone. We'll set the limestone for while I'm at the place. So, limestone block. There we go. See if there's been any more ministers appointed. No, I don't think there's been any major updates on Andy Burnham's cabinet since I started the stream. Right. sandstone, whatever it is, limestone. Yeah. It's quite a big limestone deposit here. Oh, my bag is full, okay. Need to fill up on stone now. Some more sandstone. Better take this back to the truck. Ooh, more sandstone, I'm not even looking for it. Okay, right, so that's one crate. The other crate should have fallen probably right to the bottom of the pit, so... Let's find where my crate landed, somewhere down here. There it is. Okay, now find my way back out. Okay, now let's find some more stuff to mine. So it feels like something is directly below me here. It's actually that way. I think 3 meters, where is that? Something there, okay. Nope, that was a rock. Something still here. Oh, coal, nice. Inventory full again. Right, might as well dump this box down there, then carry on digging this stuff out. See if I can find this other bit before I get out this little bit of the pit. Okay, there's something very close to here according to my metal detector. There it is. Clay. Anything else left around here? Yeah, something directly almost below me. How's that? More clay? Yeah. Something else around here. A bit more clay. And I'll come back for that clay in a minute, because I've got another box to take out of here as well. Ah, it's broken it anyway. There we go. But I assume that all that's left of that will just fall to the ground. Let's find my way back out. And not here. Some more stones, even though I'm not looking for those at the moment. If I'm at the bottom, I should be able to dig my way out quite easily, because I should get into that chamber I made before in a minute. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so there's my box to get in a minute. There's my way out. There's that box. So let's see where that other bit was that I still could get out. Or something. Stone. Right, put that one on the truck. How much space have I got left on the truck? About 15 kilos, 17 kilos, or pounds, whatever the weight's in, but... collapse this entire section then. maybe directly below me now. Yeah. I think almost directly below me, whatever this next bit to find is. There it is. More sandstone. More sandstone. Probably not going to have much weight left on me to get the stuff in the truck now. I suppose if this is my last load of stuff, I'm just able probably to keep it in my like backpack, whatever it's meant to be. Yeah, there we go. Right. Just take all this back to the factory, and then I'll finish the stream in a minute. So that's limestone. Do I have any more limestone in there? Yep. Quite a lot. Yeah, I already ought to get a second crusher because of how many rocks I'm getting in. Can fit 150 blocks on the pallet, so yeah, that's not going to run out. Yeah, how much was it, like $400 odd for a second one of those crushers? Marketplace, stone crusher, yeah, purchase. So let's move some of the stuff from one of the crushers to the other one. Control panel a bit hard to do there, but let's move, say, all the sand. No, is it doing? No, it's doing limestone at the moment. So let's move all the sandstone to this crusher. And let's set this up to just produce sand. I can make 56 bags of sand with that one. That's nearly done. I can only have 20 sand on a pallet anyway. That'll be finished in a moment. Yeah, so now let's tell this one to make clay. blocks down there. Start taking the sand off of this one. So that's got 13 blocks to go. This one has got still another 28 to go. Yeah, I'm going to need another crusher when I get some more money, because this obviously speeds stuff up a lot, having 2 sets of crushers. Did I have any scrap? No. So I don't have any scrap at the moment. This one was done on that, okay, so I could have this do nothing but stone blocks. Clay blocks. There's coal. It's getting near its end of its process. And then I can start this up with something else. Okay, so now that's done. How much coal do I have? Was that in the other one, wasn't it, the coal? Yeah, okay, so let's take these anyway. Transfer. So let's load the sand there. Quick save. Oh, this machine's going to spend ages doing all the stone blocks. What else have I got in there? 21 coal, so let's transfer that to this machine. And then let's make that, just make loads of coal, fresh coal. How many of those are going to fit on the pallet? 60. How many has it got left to do? 22? Yeah, that will fit on that pallet. Alright, cool. So, that's all set up for today. I wonder if I can get a contract for any of the stuff I've currently got in storage, so I don't have to go in. So, what's this contract for? Limestone blocks and sand. I think I can do that one, can't I? 25 limestone blocks, 15 sand. Easy got enough sand. How many limestone block have I got? Yeah, easy. Right, let's do that contract then. So, send offer. Oh, I have to wait till the next day. Okay, that's fine. We'll wait till the next day and then start a contract up. So if you've got loads of stuff in storage, it is worth just doing a contract. Right, okay, so I will go off in a minute. I'm just seeing about this contract thing. So contract, that's clay blocks and sand. Concrete brick, can't do that one in cement. Ah, they've changed all the contracts. Okay, never mind. Let's do the clay block and sand one. We might be able to do that. I'm going to ask for $500 to do that. It's going to be $470 for that. So, for that contract, I need to do, is it clay blocks and sand? So I want to get 15 sand. Transfer, put that on a pallet. And I want to get, oh, I need a couple more clay blocks. Okay. So let's move all these to this pallet for now, but I will need some more clay blocks. Okay. So let's quickly see if is there any clay left in the place I'm extracting them from. Properties. Might finish looking at this before I go off then. There should be, oh, there's only 0 to 2 clay left. Shit, that's not good for that contract. Alright, let's get another property up then. So let's remove the property. Yeah, remove property. Let's get this place, Woodland Lot. And it should have a load of clay. Send offer. Let's knock them down a bit. Let's say, what, 1510? Okay, good. So I've got a new property. So I just want to get a load of clay to begin with quickly. So these can all just go into the other room. Coal can go into the other room, so I'm ready with my machines when it's time for so yeah, I've got 4 days at least, so I should be able to easily do this in 1 day. So let's just get the clay for that then. And I have to figure out about hiring workers after this stream. So I've probably got enough stuff now that I can justify hiring a worker. Okay, so this is where I'm digging, is it? Yeah. Right, and let's set this to only show clay. Have I got any clay that's close enough to the surface I can detect it without having to dig a bit? Oh, yep. So we're looking for clay down here. Iron. Don't want that yet, but I might as well take it. I'm not going to say no if I found some iron. Even though that's not what I'm looking for at the moment, I want clay, but we'll get this iron out and we'll carry on looking for the clay. Okay, so that clay should be very close to me here, it says. Oh, there's some clay. Yeah, lovely. Clay. That's what I actually want. Any more clay there, or was that a lot of it? I think that's probably the lot of it. Right, now I've got clay anyway, let's just set the detector to detect all again. Oh, something's right in front of me there, apparently. Something should be right in front of me here somewhere. Oh, there we go, stone. Yep, let's grab that then while I'm here. Oh, my bag is full again. Okay. Alright. Take that back to my truck. That's there, okay. houses near me. So there's something, if I stand about, how is it, here, 1.8 metres below me. We get limestone. Something again right below me. Oh, more clay. I'll come back down here in a second and get the more clay. Something right in front of me there. Somewhere. Oh yeah, more iron. So can I get iron with the shovel or not? Yeah, so the shovel does break iron, it's just nowhere near as efficient as the pickaxe. Right, get that out there. Get back out my pit. Probably going to need a new truck fairly soon, because I think this is, yeah, weighing the truck down pretty damn quickly now. Just looking 2.7 meters there. Okay, so carry on digging here. Scrap. Should apparently be right on top on something here. When I can actually see where it is. Coal, okay. Ooh, bronze. Very nice. Yeah, let's get out the pit now. Might as well grab whatever's directly in front of me there. Pretty close to being directly in front of me. Want more bronze? Right, okay, yeah, I guess it is now time to get out this pit, because my inventory's nearly full again. Oh, some copper right in front of me. Yeah, this is definitely a better pit than the previous ones. It's obviously more expensive, but there's a hell of a lot more ore in this pit. Oh, I'm full up again, okay. Just dig my way vertically up. Shoot, I'm digging up there, am I? It's hard to actually... Yeah, that's down, that's up, okay. You can get turned around quite easily underground, where you're not sure if you're going up or down. There we go, daylight. Okay, so that's 60 kilos. Yeah, I might as well get a bit of that copper while I'm here, then that's a good time to finish. We'll finish the contract on the stream and then I'll go off. So I've been on a very long time today. But yeah, at least I felt quite good today at least. So not a sore throat or a cough or anything today. So yeah, I think I must have just felt a bit off one day rather than... Right, now we need to find where that copper was again. That's an antique, that wasn't what I was looking for, but okay. It's coal, which wasn't what I was looking for, but we'll just grab this and get out then if that's right in front of me. Oh, there's some bronze again. My inventory's full, so let's get out, take us to the truck, finish the day, and finish my contract with that clay I found. Okay, can I get out sensibly? This should be getting closer to the surface stuff. Right, if I jump up on here, there we go. Oh, I can see the sky, but yeah, because it's not daylight anymore, it's not very bright. See the stars. Right, okay, let's try and dig my way out of the hole, which is quite difficult. Okay, there's a load of visible sky now, so it should be a lot easier. Dig in that direction, and I can use that as a step. There we go. Right, good. Okay. How do I just put this into my inventory? Add to inventory. Right, I have to carry that because I've got no weight left in my truck storage. I need a bigger truck at some point. Assume I can leave this way. Yep. Okay, so what I want to do now, head back to wherever the thing was, that place. Stuff I want to crate up as well. There we go. Right, so that one was currently doing coal anyway, so might as well get all the coal and put it in that one. Oh, no, I need to be looking at that bit, don't I? Yeah. So that's grinding up coal. Then if I put the clay in this one, and I can make clay blocks for this one. Coal with the other coal out the back here. Okay, and then for the clay blocks, I just need to grab 2 of these for now. True transfer. Put them on here. And that's everything I need for that delivery, isn't it? 25 and... is that 15 sand on there? Yeah, 15 and 25. Right, good. So, then I think I go to here. I can get this from stuck out the corner where I wedged it. Again, I need to figure out how these robots work I bought. But, put them into packaging crates. Oh good, and there's a delivery thing coming for it. stick that on there. Oop. Gonna move that robot thing for now. So what was that? Hammer 6. How do I pick stuff up to move it? F. Okay, so let's just put this over here for now until I figure out how the robot works. What's the place button? It should be just left click. There we go. Okay. Come on, line up with that pallet. There we go. Then put that into the truck, or the lorry, whatever you want to call it. Send that on its way. Complete delivery. There we go. I get a lot more XP then for doing them as delivery, so I suppose that's one of the reasons it's worth doing them like that. Alright, put all these clay blocks over here now. Transfer. That coal, transfer. Transfer. Put all the stone in that one and we can make stone blocks. Put all the limestone in this one. So limestone block all. Stone blocks all. Yep. And then I had an antique, didn't I? So I'll run that over to the pawn shop. Can we jump over this fence over here? Or not? No, okay. So don't try and take a shortcut through, that doesn't work. Ooh, can you buy an excavator? So it's rather than JCB, it's JSR. So does that mean you can just dig out way quicker when you're at a place? Okay, that's that antique sold, so that's good. So I can't afford that, but yeah, how much is this? Coming soon. Ah, okay, so they're adding excavators into the game, but they're not currently available. What's the point in this thing? Golf cart. Guess I want to just save up for a big truck then. My little one will do for now. Even if it can't take a full ton on the back, which isn't very good. It can only take 300 kilos or 300 pounds, whatever it is on there. Which is a bit amateurish. Limestone block, let's take all of these around the back. Do I have any limestone block things at the moment? No. Stone blocks. Okay. Alright, that will do me for streaming today, so I played quite a bit of this. Right, have a good evening everyone. Like I said, I've been on quite a long time today. I'll tell you exactly how long I've been on in a minute. I have been on 3 hours and 48 minutes. So there we go. That was a very long stream today. So yeah, thanks everybody for watching. Like I said, very long stream today, but I was quite enjoying this. So yeah, anyway, have a good evening everyone. Don't forget to like the stream if you're still watching and you haven't liked it so far. Yeah, have a good evening. Right, see you all.